Hello, right, we're here. We won. We won. Let's see if we've got anybody in the chat. Let's just have a quick look because probably not yet. Right, nobody in the chat. Okay, nobody knows we're doing a live stream, but we are live. We're live to Facebook and to YouTube. Thoughts on? I want to know your thoughts on today's game. I mean, Blackpool are now taking it to the last game of the season. I was very happy at 3-0. I've got to say, I was really, really happy at 3-0. And then, of course, we could have been more by half time. It could have been outside. It could have been 5. Quite easily to Blackpool. That's no exaggeration at all. It could have been 5. It wasn't. And, we made really hard work of it in the end. It doesn't really affect very much, really, although we had a much better goal difference than Barnsley when we were 3-0 up, but we'd have still needed to win and for them to draw, and it's the same now. If we win and they draw, we would go above Barnsley, but Lincoln winning took a bit of the gloss off it. Matt is here. Hello, Matt. How are you? Let me know in the comments. Do you still think we've got a chance, or is it all kind of over? Did you think... I mean, the only thing that I was disappointed with, really, because if we'd have beaten Barnsley, like, say, 5-0, they may well have lost on the last game of the season, but they'll have got a lot of confidence out of coming back from 3-0 down, and that may well make them, they may go into next week's game a lot more confident than they were. It's just a shame we didn't smash them. Michael Levine says, hello, Michael. This is 2 matches played. Brilliant today, and Bolton prove we can play like that. Why don't we play like that every week? Well, it was. It was, wasn't it? Half time, it was looking really, really good, and then flipping heck, we scored a goal straight after. I actually was talking to the Yorkshire Seasiders behind in the south stand, behind on the concourse there, and actually missed the goal because we scored more or less from the kickoff. I've not seen it. Coulson's goal, apparently it was amazing. There's people around me saying how good it was, and I've got some water on my lens or something. It's driving me mad. How do I feel about our chances now? I don't feel any different, really. I still think it's very slim. I think it would have been better if we'd have actually won that game as convincing as we should have won that game. Half time, we should have been out of sight, to be honest. Some of the refereeing decisions were a bit bizarre. I thought it was... I don't know if I got on there. That's something on my lenses. Right. I thought it was a foul on Beasley after he dispossessed the keeper, and the keeper upended him, and I know he got up and went and carried on and didn't make it, but really that was a penalty for me. He could have gone down for a penalty before that as well, where the keeper just clipped him and he stayed on his feet. If he'd have gone down for a penalty, that would have been a penalty. Dembele hitting the crossbar. There was plenty of chances in that first half. That Coulson running where they tripped him and we got a free kick round the edge of the box. It was so close to being inside the box. There was, the Beasley goal that was disallowed. God, it was a great goal, a great finish, great crossing. I think it was from Coulson that crossed that in. It was superb. I thought Coulson was playing really well, and I was a bit disappointed when he took him off. I thought bringing Ollie Norburn on, I said to everybody around me, this is not good, bringing him on. He's an absolute night. We don't play well with him in the team. And once again, we concede 2 goals after he comes on, which was disappointing. But every credit to Barnsley for coming back into the game. Yeah, we only need 2 teams to lose or draw, and one of them plays Pompey. Yeah, but unfortunately, the other one is playing Northampton at home. So, I don't have a lot of hope in that, if I'm being honest. Oxford, Exeter away. Is that a difficult game? I don't know. It's going to be... And we've got a win, of course, at Reading. And that's if Reading don't have this planned fan, but, ruining the game. They're supposed to be having a big demonstration. We might not even get to play the game. So, gosh knows. FPL Hayden says, if you do miss out, it'll be the away form that she cursed with being the 3rd best home team over the season. Indeed, yes, the away form has been shocking, and I've actually said it in the video. I'll be putting the video together after I've just done this quick live stream. We should... there's so many games away from home that we've thrown points away. I mean, Cheltenham being the perfect example, who are more or less relegated today. Port Vale, another team that's relegated, how we lost to them, ridiculous. Burton Albion on Boxing Day was just unbelievable. I still can't get over the fact we didn't win that game. Wigan away, We were terrible, and Wigan weren't a good side. You know, they were terrible, and we were just worse. Derby, we should have won at Derby, really. With a better team at Derby. There's been so many points that we've thrown away. And, you know, we've thrown some away at home as well. We could have been out of sight. We could have been promoted automatically if we'd have won the games that, you know, we should have done. Let's have a quick look on Facebook. Nobody on Facebook yet. So what do you think? Do you think we've got a chance? Canon Paul Hamilton. Hello, Canon Paul Hamilton. He says, I don't think we'll make it and don't think we deserve it, to be honest. Yeah, I don't think we'll make it. If we make it, we deserve it, as far as I'm concerned. If we do make it, we do deserve it. I mean, we just won, you know, we've won a lot of games now on the bounce. So, you know, I don't know. If we get there, we get there. Whether we will or not, I don't actually think we will. Are any of you going to Reading as well? Post in the comments below if you are. Yeah, this was something we were talking about, actually, FPL Hayden. Regardless of the final outcome, how confident would you be of improving and challenging again next season? I don't know, really, because we're going to be losing Dembele, obviously. Can we sign Coulson? Would George Byers sign for him? For us, I actually think George Byers has transformed Sonny Carey, because Sonny Carey was great today, and it was a great goal as well. He took it. We just hit it like a thunderbolt. It was just a great goal right at the bottom corner. So we're going to lose him. Marv, I think he's going, isn't he? So we've got to strengthen. You know, we really have got to strengthen, and I'm not confident of that, if I'm being honest. I'm not confident that Simon Sadler will put the money in. He hasn't proved it so far to me that he's prepared to put the money in to buy players and get us the strength that we need. But maybe there's some big wages going off the wage bill, and maybe that will allow some players to come in. But I'm not confident. Canon Paul Hamilton says he's got to go to Reading. He lives in the south. It's got to be done. Well, I can't go to Reading because I am doing a golden wedding disco, so I can't go. So it's just one of them things. I don't even know how to say that. ADO, should we just call you ADO? Aidlo FJS. How can we say? I don't know. Our four strikers are useless. Well, Beasley looked pretty good today, I've got to say, really. Beasley could have had a hat-trick quite easily today. I thought he was head and shoulders. Lavery just disappoints me time and time again. He had a great chance, you know, got himself through one-on-one with the keeper. Okay, taking a little bit wide, but he just ballooned it over the bar from like 3 yards out. It was just unbelievable. I thought, for God's sake, hit the target, you know what I mean? And I don't think we'll miss him. I just don't think he's good enough. Wigan beat Pompey. Well, that's the thing as well, isn't it? Lincoln are going to beat Pompey, aren't they, for sure? Because Pompey are promoted. They don't care. They're on holiday. They're already on the beach. That's the only problem. FPL Hayden said, I always like Blackpool as an away day. Would be good for you to be back in the Championship if we can stay up. Yes. So which team are you, FPL Hayden? So let me know which team you are. But yeah, if you can stay up. Am I watching the FA Cup semi-final? When is that? I don't know. When is it, the FA Cup semi-final? Is that later today or? I don't know. Let me know. I am going to be doing more live streams. I am going to be doing a lot more live streams. Obviously, you know, building up to the Euros, we'll be doing more. So I couldn't. I was going to do the live stream of the West Ham game for Cyber Leader, but unfortunately, one of the drivers at where I deliver desserts was ill, and I had to cover for that, so I couldn't make it. Oh, okay. Your account name doesn't mean anything. It's just random letters. Yes, it is. So what do I call you? Aidlo? To just call you by your proper name. Oh, Blackburn, yeah. So just a short journey to the seaside. Well, I think you'll stay up Blackburn. Yes, of course. It's a nice local derby, isn't it? It's it's a nice. Yes, I enjoyed the trips I've done to Blackburn. It's been great. I do like a local derby. Oh, it's on Chelsea versus City. No, I'm not, because I'm just doing this quick live stream about today's match, just chat with people about today's match, and then I've got a video to make, which takes me about 6 or 7 hours, so I'll be up to the wee hour, so I won't be on too long. It was just a quick chat with people to see if you think Blackpool are in with a chance. Oh, right, okay, Facebook, let's have a look. Right, Steve Hutchin on Facebook says, up the pool, should have been out of sight at half-time. I agree with you. It could have easily been 4 or 5-0, to be honest. We had that many chances. Christopher Shaw says, what happened to the players coming out after the final whistle? Last home league game of the season. Players' wives, girlfriends and children all waiting by the players' tunnel. Stadium empty. PA system needs sorting out ASB. Well, that's probably... They probably didn't let anybody know that the players were coming out after the final whistle, and everybody gone, and... Shame, really. But it's a bit of a funny one, really. There's no celebration yet, is there? We're in this sort of limbo land where, we don't know whether we're going to make the playoffs, we're not going to make the playoffs. Is it a good season? Is it a decent season after all the calamities? It's been a missed opportunity season for me. I think Blackpool could have easily got automatic promotion if they're just not throwing away stupid points on the road all the time. Steve Hutchins says, Northampton, Exeter, Portsmouth wins next weekend, please. In your dreams, Steve. That's not going to happen. It would be great. And, of course, a Blackpool win. That would be great, wouldn't it, if they all won? But I can't see that happening. Keegan Parker's here. Hello, Keegan Parker. Hello. Hi, Keegan. How you doing? If you don't know, Keegan Parker was, one of my heroes back in the day. A great striker. Scored the greatest goal ever at Wembley in a Wembley playoff final. Anyway, just superb. If you ever get to see Keegan's goal, if you've not seen it at Wembley, absolutely brilliant. He says it could be too little, too late. And I agree with you. It's all just come a little bit too late. I was saying to somebody, actually, sometimes the timings of when you play, teams in the fixture list, if we'd have played like these 4 games, say, a month ago, and then had all the games after, I think we would have got there, because we'd have won these games, and then we'd have been going into teams like Wigan and Derby in the playoffs. It would have been a different mindset. And I think just the fact that all these easy games have come near the end, really, and Barnsley, really were terrible first half. You know what I mean? I thought, God, these are not going to win. I thought there's no way these will win next Saturday. But the fact that they got 2 goals back, I think they will win on Saturday now. I think that will have given them the confidence. And that's what I didn't want to happen. I didn't want them to get anything out of this game. I wanted to pummel them about 5-0 and send them into the last game of the season on a downer. And then, we could have finished above Barnsley. But, of course, Lincoln winning, just took the, because now, we've got to get past 2 teams, haven't we, rather than just the one. Freddie Abrams says, get in, brilliant win and great performance. It was a great performance. I agree, it was, until we made the substitutions and brought Norburn on. And the other thing as well that a few people have mentioned, why did he make Husband take the armband off and give it to Norburn, really? Because Husband was having a great game. He was captaining it fantastic. In fact, I think Jimmy Husband, he's just got better and better and better, in my opinion, over the years. He's as hard as nails. He's a good captain. He captained them well today, and I didn't think he needed the armband taken off him, and I don't think that helped, to be honest. It's all down to the last day. 4 teams going for 2 places. The players came out with their families at the end. Can't believe there was no announcement about it, as loads of fans had left. No, I can't. I didn't even know they were coming out. That's so sad. King Park said, Lavery couldn't lace my right boot. Well, I agree with you. He can't score goals like you did, King. That's for sure. Paul Leaper says they want 100 points, do they? Do they really? Well, I hope they do. Oh, they can only get 97 now, so they're not going to do it. I've not got a lot of faith in Portsmouth beating Lincoln. I've got to be honest. I don't think Portsmouth are all that good, if I'm being honest. It's Man City 0, Chelsea 0. Well, this is the other thing, isn't it, Paul? Yeah, the Reading game may well get abandoned, and if they're going on the pitch, which that could be another disaster, couldn't it? Yeah, the protests at Reading, indeed. Yes, the Reading game going to get called off. Yeah, I agree. Kouassi and Joseph should have come on earlier, not Norbs. It completely messed up the whole dynamics of the team. And we honestly, once he came on, I mean, Barnsley were really coming at us, and there was that brilliant double wonder save from Grimmy, wasn't there? I mean, you couldn't tell from our angle, obviously behind the goal, but it looked like it were over the line. But it was, you can't tell. But flipping heck, it was fantastic what he did, and that that would have been 3-3, and it would have been even more of a disaster than it was. I mean, at least we got the win, didn't we? That's the main thing. We got the win. So Daz BFC on YouTube is saying apparently we only have 800 tickets for Reading. Club have asked for more. Yeah, we could sell more, couldn't we? Damien Coughlin says, I was delighted with the performance today, Lee, for about 65 minutes of the game. Indeed. I think we've given ourselves a real chance to steal a playoff place next week. Well, we have, but that's what I'm saying. It's if we'd have smashed Barnsley today, and we should have smashed Barnsley today, the fact it ended up 3-2 is absolutely ridiculous. But it's just give Barnsley, a bit of a chance, doesn't it? It's give them a little bit of a chance. The fact that, they're still in it. They came back from 3-0 down. They'll have come off that game a lot more confident than they were if we'd have beaten 5-0. And that could, they could well beat Northampton on Saturday. And if they do, I honestly can't see Portsmouth being Lincoln. And I can't see Oxford losing at Exeter. I just can't. What happened to Rhodes? He's injured. He got an injury at Wigan, a knee injury. He went back to Huddersfield for treatment. I don't know how far away he is, but he won't have even trained. So I think we just, I don't think we can even think about Jordan Rhodes. He did start the season off like a house on fire, but unfortunately he's had a couple of injuries, bad injuries. He broke his ribs and or cracked a couple of ribs, which is not nice. And then he's had this knee injury. No, I don't write off Lincoln at all. I would have done if they'd have flipping lost today. And they were losing at one time. I was hoping Cheltenham would be really fighting for their lives today. They needed to win today, Cheltenham, didn't they? They could have got themselves out of relegation. I see that Fleetwood are relegated. They are 6 points behind safety with 1 game to go. So they're down. James Ward Jr. said that's why we need that striker to just finish. Beasley, isn't it? Oh, he scored 2 great goals today. I know one was disallowed, but that first goal, my God, he buried that. It was amazing. Honestly, if that had been allowed, it was just the whole move and the cross in. I think it was from Coulson. I'm pretty sure, God, Beasley got to it. He just buried it in that corner. It was so disappointing that the linesman ruled it out. And he should have had a penalty, Beasley, shouldn't he? He should have had a penalty. He took the ball off the keeper. The keeper just upended him. I know he got up and tried to do a shot, but he didn't get it off. The referee should have called that back for a penalty. Tom Jackson says it's out of our hands, Lee. Wish it was, but we need both Oxford and Lincoln to slip up. Well, when I went to Burton Albion on Boxing Day and I did that little speech, outside the, I might drive outside the saddle there, about how I felt about it all. I didn't realise how that would affect this season. And if we'd have just won, if we'd have just beat Burton Albion, just Burton, it'd all be in our hands, wouldn't it? If we'd have just beat Burton. Never mind Port Vale. Never mind Wigan. Never mind Cheltenham. Such easy games to win. And we just blew it, didn't we? We've blown so many chances away. Stevenage away from home, really. We played terrible, didn't we? Did we have a shot against Stevenage? I can't remember. But there's so many games that we've blown it, haven't we? The game where, we beat Portsmouth and then we played at home and I can't remember, did we draw or lose? I can't remember, but we should have won. I can't remember if we lost that next game. Who were we playing after Portsmouth? And we just won 4-0. You're thinking, I remember doing the video, I think, this is it. Don't be after the Lord's Mayor's show. And it bloody was. James Ward Joinery says, also needed those fresh legs on again at 65th minute. Yes. Well, we did. But was that the answer? Was Norburn the answer? How were the Barnsley fans? I couldn't tell since I was in the north. Well, they were pretty quiet, to be fair. They didn't really get much to cheer about until really just towards the end, did they? Where they suddenly came back and they had a chance in the last 5 minutes. They got a bit louder then, but no, you never heard a peep out of them in the south. Never heard anything. FPL Hayden said, would you keep Critchley next season then if you don't get top 6, or would you give him another chance with what seems like poor in-game management? Well, that's the thing. I don't know. I mean, some of the football we've played under Critch this season has been absolutely awful, and yet we put on a performance like that today. So why can't we play like that all the time? Why can't we just not play that game all the time? Just whoever comes, just play like that. Just batter, just play attacking football instead of all this. We didn't pass around the back. We were dominating in their half. You know, the first half, they couldn't get out of their own half, and we were picking up the loose balls everywhere. We were brilliant. Dembele was incredible, and yet we haven't played like that, have we? We have not played like that this season. Lincoln got some injuries in a red card versus Oxford, and they only beat Cheltenham by 1 today, so they could draw, lose against Pompey. Yeah, they could. They could, but I just think Pompey will be on their holidays. Tom Jackson says away form has been awful all season. Yeah, I agree with you, it has. Ian Nally said it sounded as though CJ had a great game, if only he was more consistent. Yeah, he had a great game, but he was playing, he just played really well today, CJ. He was brilliant, honestly. Really good. Really dangerous, really threatening all the time. And his defensive work in the second half, when we were under the cosh a bit, was also superb. He got stuck in today, CJ, and rightfully the fans sang his name. A says results such as Cheltenham, home and away. Yes, Wickham, home and away. Fleetwood, away. Yeah, exactly. We're winning 3-2, aren't we, at Fleetwood? And we go all defensive, and we let them get an equaliser. Ridiculous. We come back from 2-0 down to be winning 3-2 and then don't go on to win the game. We took our, Critchley made substitutions, took players off, went defensive. Wrong. We should have just carried on. We should have, we were all over Fleetwood. We just carry on, just keep battering him. Why change it all? I don't know. Port Vale away. Yeah, Port Vale home and away. Exactly, yeah. Draw at home and a stupid loss away from a team that's relegated. Terrible. Well, you look at those, don't you? Cheltenham are more or less could be relegated. They're in the bottom 4. Port Vale relegated. Fleetwood relegated. Yeah, we just couldn't bury the weaker teams. I totally agree with you. When should the video be up? Well, the video will be up as soon as I get to... I'm going to start it after this, so normally take me about 6 hours. 6 hours to make a video, so... if I'm off here in about a quarter of an hour, I'll get it started. So I could have it up before midnight, but it's always a tight thing. I'll do my best to get up as quick as I can. Tom Jackson says, if we do get to the playoffs, then we know how much we love those. Do you ever wish we could just do it automatically? Yes, I wish all the time we could do it automatically, but there's no better way than going up than in the playoffs, is it? It's the greatest way to go up. If you could guarantee it every time, and we more or less do guarantee it every time, then, yeah, the playoffs is fantastic. But, yeah, I would just like to go up without the stress of it for once. However, I was also saying, if we do get into the playoffs, and it's a massive if, but if we do get into the playoffs, we don't, we never look like getting the playoffs. It'd be like a miracle. And because it's such a miracle, we could just bloody go on and win them. You know what I mean? It's like nobody would think that Blackpool were going to get in. And we'd be on, we'd be on this run. We just won 4 in a row. That would be 5 in a row. So we'd get like 8, the perfect 8 if we did it. Who knows? Damien Coughlin says, Oxford were terrible yesterday. It wouldn't surprise me at all if they lost next week. Well, maybe so. It's pressure, isn't it? So, yeah, they could. Ian Nice says, I think it's bizarre that we don't offer all the East Stand to the away fans. It's pathetic if we can't cope with loud away support. Yeah, it makes for a great atmosphere. I don't know why they're doing that. I would fill my boots and get as much money as we can. And it's certainly... But having said that, you could say it did work because we have got one of the best home form in the league this year, haven't we? So maybe the fact that there's not a lot of away fans there, that gives us an advantage. Maybe it does. And maybe that advantage was worth, in the mindset of like Simon Sadler that, if we get back into the championship, it's £5 million. Do we need to fill the South Stand, or is it better just having it not loud? And is it better keeping it away from the north and all the trouble and the fact that we're getting, almost getting fined every 5 minutes, aren't we, Blackpool? So, I don't know. Maybe not. Hey, FBL Hayden says, if you can get the playoffs, then you will be in good form with 5 wins in a row. Could play a factor with Bolton stuttering and Barnsley in awful form. Yeah, well, that's it. You got to be the form team going in, and we would be pretty much a form team going in. Let's just go back to the Facebook. I'll have to go back a bit. Rick Dobson. Hi, Rick says Norburn was at fault for the double save. On the second goal, he needs to stay away. I agree with you. I just don't think he brings anything at the moment to the team. I just don't see what he brings. It's just not a good thing bringing him on, is it? He's out of form. He's whatever. He's not playing very well. Steve Hutchin says, if there's one team that can gatecrash the playoffs, it's the mighty playoff Kings. Well, yeah, wouldn't it be sad if we just missed out? You know, we win and we just miss out. It would be blooming tragic after this season. We've thrown away so many points, but yeah, we're still in it. Typical Blackpool going right to the death. Oh, Stephen Hutchin says Rhodes came out with the players at the end. Well, it's so sad that they didn't let people know. Why didn't they just say, you know, the players are going to be coming on the pitch, so stay. I'd have stayed to film that. I didn't even know they were coming out. Martin Jones, we say hello, Martin. He says we still have a chance of the playoffs. Well, we do. We still have a chance. It's slim, very slim, but it's a chance. You never know. Steve Hutchin said we don't want more away fans in the ground. Sell tickets to home fans for cheaper price with restricted views. Yeah, they could. They could, but we're not selling out, are we? We haven't played well enough this season to be able to sell tickets to home fans. You know, we're just not playing well enough. We just haven't done it this season. It's been frustrating, hasn't it? It's been a frustrating season. Loads of times we thought we'd turn the corner, and then we haven't done. It's been very frustrating this year. Alexander McIntosh says, I think, is that lots of Scots were down shouting? Got Blackpool today. Quite understand that. Were there lots of Scots? I don't know what that means. You'll have to explain that to me. FPL Hayden says, what team would you play next week at Reading? Well, you would stick with that team that started today. Stick with the team that started. Yeah, they did all right, didn't they? The only one, you know, you could change Lavery. He just does so little for me, really. He does. There was that one time where he just dispossessed that player, didn't he? And ran all the way through, ran all the way down to the goal, and then he just ballooned it over the bar from 3 yards out. A good striker would have buried that. Keegan Parker would have buried that. The back three and Grimmy were great today. Yes, they were, but yeah, they were. Grimmy, you know, was magnificent. He pulled off some great saves, and that double save was just out of this world. But again, you know, back three, but we let 2 goals in. And really from 3-0 up, we should have just gone on to win that at a canter, really, and we didn't. Damien Coughlin says Rose was on Radio Lancashire before the game and has a chance to be back next weekend. Flipping heck. Was he? Well, wow. That would be quite amazing. Tom Jackson says, I'm going to miss Dembele next season. Glad he got a good send-off today. Coming off to applause and also the whole ground singing his song. We've loved him, haven't we? And at times he was unplayable today, wasn't he? What about that one where they just scythed him down as he was running away, you know, in our half, and the guy got a yellow? They just scythed him down, and he was kind of up before he was down. You know, he kind of went down and he was up, wasn't he? And really, the rest should have played on because he was away. You know, that's what I always say, when a player goes down like Saiji, Dembele's up before that. He's up before them 100 times out of 100. He's up that quick, and he was away. So in a way, he kind of punishes. Mark Foles is in Turkey League, pissed up. If we make the playoffs, we go up. Standard. Well, you'd have to say we've got a damn good chance, wouldn't you? Because we don't really deserve to be in the playoffs, do we? To be honest, you know what I mean? We've not played consistently enough, I don't think, for the playoffs. But if we got in, it would be such a miracle that we bloody could well win him. Yeah, Lavery has lost all confidence since his injuries after his first season. Yeah, he has. He has, and he just looks a poor player. He doesn't look like he's ever going to score to me. Shame. Steve Hutchins says, I think they may have put something on the tannoy replayers coming out afterwards, but could hardly barely hear it in the note. I know. The PA. the PA system at Bloomfield Road is absolutely shocking. And you know what? If I had all the millions and I bought Blackpool Football Club, I think it'd be the first thing I'd have sorted out, to be honest, because I absolutely hate it. It's just bloody awful, isn't it? You go to every ground, you go everywhere and you can hear it all clear as a bell. You go to Blackpool and it's just bloody terrible. Tom Jackson said, am I going to Reading? No, I'm not. I can't go. I've got a golden wedding to do. I'm DJing a golden wedding and I have to be set up. I have to get there for 5 to set up and stuff, so I can't possibly go. I could never get back for it. Right, I think that's it for comments. Just quickly before we go, just post in the comments, do you think Blackpool can do it, yes or no? Just let me know. Do you think Blackpool can get in the playoffs, yes or no? I think we can, but I just think we're just relying on 2 out of those 3 teams to slip up, and I don't think they will. I don't think 2 of them will slip up. That's if we actually get to play the whole game against Reading. The one thing we do need to do is if we're playing Reading and they're going to do something and come on and abandon that game, we need to be like up. We need to be like 3-0 in the lead before that happens. FPL Hayden says, to be fair, League One looks a really poor league next time out. Would fancy you to be towards the top. We're going to be towards the top. If we actually play next season like we played today and did that consistently, we would win the league. It's as simple as that. We were so good today, and that, like, somebody said 65 minutes. We were awesome. We were unbelievably good today. In fact, it's one of the best performances I've seen from Blackpool, and then the whole shine just went off it with letting in those 2 stupid goals. But we got the win. 3 points is 3 points. It doesn't matter. It's just I was disappointed. We give Barnsley a bit of a confidence lifeline, which they wouldn't have had if we'd have just smashed them properly like we should have smashed them. But we didn't. We let them back in, and that's the problem. They'll have come out of that game thinking, we did manage to get 2 goals back. We're a decent side. If we'd have just smashed them 5-0 or something, they'd have been so low on confidence they could quite easily have lost next Saturday. I just think that'll give them a bit of a boost. Tom Jackson says, we can do it, Lee, but you're right. I don't think all those teams will slip up. You can't see it, can you, surely? But it's pressure, isn't it, at the end of the game? I mean, we've got to win, yeah. You know what I mean? There's no guarantee of that. We're going to Reading, and they won't, they're not, they'd be in a better position than they were if they'd not got the points deduction. So, it's going to be a tough game. Callum Coyle is here saying, we did it. Yes, we did do it. We won, didn't we? 4 in a row. It's quite amazing. We made hard work of it in the end. It shouldn't have been that hard. It really shouldn't. We should have been so clear. But again, refereeing decisions. I thought, the first Beasley goal was incredible, and it was a shame that was chalked off for an offside. I don't know how offside it was, but it was a great goal. It really was a cracking goal. And, it was a penalty for me on Beasley when the goalkeeper brought him down. I know he got up and tried to get a shot in, but he didn't score. And I think the referee should have just pulled it back for a penalty for that one. And I think if Beasley had have gone down when the keeper clipped him, he would have got a penalty there as well, because the keeper clearly clipped him. He just managed to stay on his feet. He was honest and stayed on his feet. But if he goes down there, he was caught, it would have been a penalty. Yes, of course, Steve. I suppose that was in answer to my, just sorting out the PA system. It's ridiculous. I don't know how they. Well, I don't know. It's more important than painting the rust to me, to be honest, to be able to hear things. It's so bad, man. It's awful. And I tell you what, I'm a YouTuber, and the most important thing, right, on videos is the sound. It's the most important thing. It's even more important than the quality of the picture, the quality of the video. If you can have the best video in the world filmed 8K, but if the sound's bad, you can't watch it. It's unwatchable. So the sound is always the most important thing. And anybody on YouTube who does, YouTube videos about filming and filmmaking will say the same thing. You've got to get the sound right. If you don't get the sound right, if I'm doing this live stream and you can't hear me and I'm sounding like I'm talking in a bean, through a baked bean tin on a bit of string, you wouldn't watch it. You'd turn off. So I've got to have good quality sound, more than anything. More than the picture, more than anything, the sound is the most important thing. And it's the same at a football match. Sound is so important. And if your PA is garbage, I've often seen things on a View from Tower saying, what song would you want Blackpools to come out to? What song would lift them up as they come out? It doesn't matter what song you play. It doesn't matter. Can't hear it. If it's all muffled and garbage, it doesn't matter. It could be the greatest, most motivational song in the world. If you can't hear it, don't matter, does it? It's pointless. It's pointless. Right, I think that's everybody. I am going to get off. I'm going to go make this video for you all. It's a good one. It's a winner, so it's always good a winner. Hope you enjoy it. We've got Sid back for the intro as well, so a little bit of fun. And I've also. I might as well talk about this as well. I was sent this book. It's called The Groundhopper's Notebook. It's, if anybody's into ground hopping, by the way, there will be in the video tonight. There is I featured it. It's really cool, actually. It kind of, you can sort of rate the refreshments, rate the players, rate the subs for both teams. You've got notes you can make, and there's just pages and pages that, so you could go to loads and loads and loads of games. So if you are a ground hopper and you like doing different games, then have a look at the video today. And certainly this chap sent it to me for free and asked me if I would have a look at it. So I have done. They are. I'll give you another plug there. So Groundhopper Notebook for those that like to just go to random games. And it'd be great, actually, if you were, looking at players and write. It's a fantastic book. It's just loads and loads of pages. I don't know how many there are altogether, but let's have a look. There's about 126. So I think there's 4. So divide that by 4. About 40 matches you could probably do in that. So there you go. Right, thank you very much, everyone. I'm going to get off. I'm going to go make the video. It's a winner. We're still in with a chance. It's not over yet. And it's never over till the fat lady sings, as they say. So see you in the next one. You never know. We may be going on to playoffs. I'll be doing more videos. If not, I will be live streaming the Euros. And if, other than that, I'll be back next season for more torture. So thanks a lot for watching. Catch you all in the next one.